either he plays or he is playing. And thus, if you correct this sentence within its grammatical mistakes, it would be a complete thought. Now, the title of the lecture is simple sentences, but that doesn't mean that there are no other types of sentences in English language. There are 4 kinds of English sentences. They are simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences. We are going to deal with each one of them. In details in our next lectures. But today we are going to start within simple sentences only. We are not going to mention any other types of sentence. Only the simple sentences and what is meant by fragments, and how can you decide, or how can you differentiate between the two, the sentence and the fragment. Also, that how can you differentiate between the sentences, all of them, by knowing the clauses. Maybe you have learned something about the clauses and what the types of clauses, but the most important thing that you have to know about the clauses is that there are the clauses are divided into 2 main types: the dependency clause and the independency clause. The dependency clause, from its name, it means that it cannot stand alone. Dependent معناته depend، يعني it comes from the verb depend. Depend معناته شنو؟ معناته it can't you are depending over someone else. Okay, you cannot do the thing by your own, so you have the help of others. So the dependency clauses are the clauses which cannot stand alone. Yani they cannot be a full sentence. You cannot say that a dependency clause is a sentence. Okay, whereas the independency clauses are the clauses which can stand alone to be yani you can call them simple sentences. For example, when I say I want to call my mother. I want to call my mother. Now, in this sentence, it is a simple sentence, and it is by itself. It is independent clause. Okay, it is independent clause. But when I say I want to call my mother because she is ill or she is sick, I want to call my mother because she is sick or she is ill. Now, because she is sick, this clause is called dependent clause. Yani when you cut it from the sentence and put it aside, the listener or the one who you are addressing, he cannot understand what you are saying. He would say, when you say, because my mother is sick. So, what do you want to do with your mother? She is sick, so she is sick. Why? Because she is sick. What is before that? Is going to ask you. So, in this case, because she is sick, it is not a full, complete idea. Why? Because it is a dependent clause. It cannot stand alone. It is a reasoning clause. Why? Because there is because at the beginning. And this is because it is a stick to the clause. You cannot put it out of it. يعني كأنما it is part of the sentence. واحد يقول خلينا نوخر because وتصير she is sick. أقول لك لأن هو بالformation of this sentence because it is within the what? Within the sentence. What about my sound? Can you all hear me clear? Sarah Dawood, can you hear me?
Yes, miss, I can hear you.
What about my voice? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
So some of you saying that it is not clear for you. So the problem is within them, not within me, I suppose. This is what the idea about the meaning or the differences between dependent and independent clauses. And we are going to discuss this idea a lot in our following lectures. Now, we have the simple sentence is a single tuple. Now, it is written under the types of the clauses, sentences, sorry. It is written under the types of the sentences that a simple sentence is a single independent clause with at least one subject and one predicate or verb. Now, we are concentrate on the word verb. So if there is no verb in the sentence, it cannot be a sentence. Okay? If you write a sentence without a main verb, a definite verb, a definite, يعني احنا بنحكي على الdefinite and non definite verbs. هذول من انواع الافعال راح نحكي بعدين عليها. فالسنتنس there should be what? One subject and one predicate, or يعني or what is there in the predicate? There should be a verb. Okay? And also it is mentioned single independent clause. There is what? Simple independent clause. So a simple sentence, if we want to define it grammatically, a simple sentence is it is consisting of, any simple sentence is consisting of an independent clause. A simple sentence is consisting of an independent clause, one independent clause, no two independent clauses, only one. Okay. Yeah, one of you, he is saying that for you ضغطوا على الدبوس اللي فوق. If you want to يعني hear my sound clear, so ضغطوا على الدبوس اللي فوق. Now there is under that an example. طبعا what is called bin. You know, there's some word bin if you are using English language in your laptops or in your phones, but it is in Arabic dabus. Now, example, there is Army studies monkey behavior. Now, in this sentence, Ami, she is the subject. Studies monkey behavior. This is the predicate. And the whole word, all these words are forming one independent clause. This is one independent clause. Okay, what is the main thing in this independent clause? It is the verb, and the verb, it is in the present simple tense. It is in the present simple tense. Then you have these also examples from your own book. A simple sentence has one subject verb pair. The subject tells who or what did something, and the verb tells the action, which is jump, work, think, or any action. And we said that these are action verbs. Or it could be a condition or a verb to be, like is, are, or linking verbs like seem, seem or appear or something like that. طبعا seem or appear also they are what? They are under the category of action verbs. لأن أنت متى تسويهم بالنيجاتيف والquestioning لازم تستخدم الverbs do أو does. لكن الإز والآر والآم no. You can ask them by using them, just put them at the beginning of the sentence, and you can make the sentence negative just by adding not after is or are. Now, if a group of words doesn't contain at least one subject and at least one predicate, it is considered a fragment. So if there is no subject and there is no predicate, so in this case we call this what? We call it a fragment. So one of you would say, Miss, What about command sentences? Are they fragments? What do you think? What about fragment sentences? Sorry. What about command sentences, order sentences, imperative sentences? Are they fragments? What do you say? The one who wants to answer me is, yes, who is raising his hand? Sorry, I couldn't catch it. Yes? No one? Fatma Safauddin Salih. Yes, Fatma.
I think it's a simple sentence, not fragment, because we have predicate and we have an implied subject.
Good. Yes. So, Fatma, she is saying that, yes, there is no subject within the outside structure of the sentence, but there is a subject embedded in the sentence. What is the subject? Can any one of you answer this? If you want to add a subject for a command sentence or imperative sentence, how you are going to add it? By the way, it is deleted for a reason. It is deleted for a reason. What is the reason? To what? To show that this is a command sentence. It is imperative sentence. But you can get it from the whole meaning of the sentence. What is the subject? And what is the subject? Yes? Noor Asad Mohan. Yes? Muhammad Halim Wali. Yes, Muhammad. If I say close the door, where is the subject? We can't say that this is a fragment. It is not a fragment. It is a sentence. But what is the subject?
ست والله ما أدري. توني جيت.
ليش ما تدري يا محمد حليم والي؟ بعدك نايم؟
لا والله ست قاعد من زمان بس توني جيت. ما طلع لي الرابط مالي جوجل ميت ما يجيني.
بعدين شلون حصلته؟
والله ست كل ما حصلت قاعد من الستة.
أنت مداخل ويانا. شلون ما حصلت؟
لا توني دخلت.
توك دخل. أوكي. ملاك حسن طه. Yes, Malak, please. And if you have a sentence like close the door or open your book or what, answer me, what is the subject? ابن وحدة مناقب عادل عبد النبي مناقب مهند سؤال صعب يعني. Is it a difficult question? If you have a command sentence, imperative sentence, how can you...
Can I answer, Miss?
Yes, Sarah. Yes, Sarah. Sarah Jamal.
Okay. The subject is you. The
Yes.
subject is you, and it is deleted because it's imperative sentence.
Yes, that's right. The subject is you, and it is deleted because it is imperative sentence. There should be a subject, and the subject is you because you are addressing someone. Okay, and the you here could be singular, referring to singular, and it could be referring to plural. Both of them. يعني ممكن يكون singular subject وممكن يكون plural subject. Okay. So we said that within a simple sentence, there should be at least one subject and at least one predicate. It is if there is no subject and no predicate, so it is considered as a fragment. Now we come to a definition of a sentence fragment or a fragment of a sentence. Sentence fragments are a group of words that look like a sentence, but actually they are not. to be a sentence, groups of words needs to have at least one independent clause. There should be independent clause. The most important thing within independent clause is the having of a verb. Is the having of the verb, and the verb should be in a certain tense. يعني ممكن يكون present simple, ممكن يكون past simple, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect. لكن you should follow the correct structure of the rules of that tense. Okay? لازم انت تتبع التركيبة الصحيحة لذلك الزمن. An independent clause is any group of words that contain both the subject and the verb and can stand on its own. فلهذا دائما احنا نقول can stand as its own, so it could be what a simple sentence. For example, I like cheeseburgers. This is what I like cheeseburgers is an independent clause. Okay, so sentence fragments never have independent clauses. Never have independent clauses. طبعا انتوا معظمكم اذا يشوف كلمه independent عباله غير مستقل، يعني الان دائما نستخدمها للاشياء النيجاتيف، لكن حتى نسوي نيجاتيف للشيء. لكن هنا لا، هو اصلا هو dependent، حطينا له الان، يعني هو كان dependent يعني يعتمد على depend upon، يعتمد على، فخلينا له independent so it becomes what؟ مستقل. احنا عندنا independent day، اليوم الاستقلال independent day او independence day. So but fragments never have independent clauses, but instead are what? They are dependent clauses or phrases. So sometimes they are misunderstood to be what? Real sentences. Sometimes they are misunderstood to be what? Real sentences. Why? Because they begin with a capital letter and ends with a period. So maybe you would, when you see something is started with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, you would say that this is what? This is a sentence, but actually it is not. If you read them more closely, you will see that fragments don't form a complete thought. So within a fragment, there is no complete thought. A sentence fragment is a little like having only half of the pieces of a puzzle. Without all the pieces, you won't have the whole picture. Now I'm going to show for you the fragments, and we are going to discuss them one by the other. Now we said before this that they are incomplete sentences. They are incomplete sentences. They are dependent clauses, and sometimes they are not even dependent clauses. They are just words are put one after the other without a complete thought. Now, let us have examples of fragments. Some of you would say caused problems everywhere. Caused problems everywhere. So this fragment, there is no what? It missed what? It missed a subject. So if you put a subject in front of it, it would be what? It would be something acceptable. For example, what? Someone who is called Ali. Ali caused problems everywhere. When ما يروح يسوي مشاكل علي. Okay? So, and the second one, the importance of money. The importance of money. Now, this is what? This is also fragment. It is not accepted to be a sentence, but it could be a title of something. It could be a title of a passage or what? A novel, a story, or something like that. So what is missed within this fragment? It needs what? It needs a verb to what? To make it a complete idea and acceptable simple sentence. Going to London. Going to London. Also, this is what? This is a fragment. One of you would say that going here it's the verb. Okay? and we can consider it as a sentence. What do you say? Going to London, is it acceptable sentence? Is it a sentence or a fragment? Yes, Mohammed?
Can I answer?
It is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. There is no subject.
Only the subject, ya Mohammed?
No, there is also adverb. There is no adverb.
Adverb? Adverb?
Yes. Ali is going to London.
So not adverb. This is not adverb. This is what this is auxiliary verb. Now verb to be it is considered as auxiliary verb. So if you want to, or you can say what something else. ممكن تغيروها بغير طريقة. يعني مو بس تخلوا لها subject و verb. ممكن تخلوها yes.
أقول how.
Yeah. Like what?
No, I'm asking how we can.
How you are asking me? You put this as what? As a phrase to be in the place of the subject, and then you add a predicate. For example, going to London is one of my wonderful experiences. Going to London now, it comes the whole phrase. You put it as what? As the subject of the sentence. Going to London is one of my wonderful or my amazing experience. What did we do? We create a full predicate. Okay, so you may add a subject and a verb before going to London, or you may put it as the subject of the sentence and then you create a predicate acceptable for this subject. And it could be accepted also as a title, but not as a sentence. It could be accepted as a title, but not as a sentence. Now, before I went to bed, this is one of the most common mistakes. This is one of your most common mistakes in writing, in your own writing. You consider this as what? You consider this as a sentence. Okay, before I went to bed, and you put a full stop. This is wrong, because what? Before I went to bed. This is dependency clause. This is dependency clause. It needs something else to be put after it to make it a full idea or a complete idea. بس من نخلي وراها clause ما راح تبقى simple sentence. راح تصير شنو؟ راح تصير complex sentence. ليش؟ بسبب وجود البيفور اللينكينج وورد بيفور الموجوده بالبدايه اللي تخلي انواع such clauses اذا تكون جمله كامله لازم يكون complex sentence. اوكي؟ فهسه هذه الرابعه before I went to bed. If you want to make it a full sentence, how you are going to make it a complete sentence or acceptable sentence? صفوف وهي معقيرة قايدها. غالب؟ يس غالب.
Can I answer? Yeah.
علي عبد الحي
We need
حاتم.
to put one sentence.
يا غالب. يس.
Yeah.
يس غالب.
Yeah. We need to put. You need to to else sentence before
Like,
for example, I have my dinner before I went to bed.
I had. شوفوا هنا الشغلة اللي انتم لازم تنتبهوا له. التنسز should be accepted. Yeah. مو صحيح يعني you should say I had my dinner يعني انت اصلا اكلت يعني you get your dinner before you went to bed, right? فالمفروض انت getting dinner صارت قبل ما تروح للبيت. فالمفروض هذه تكون بالباص اصلا لان انت سويتها قبل ما تروح الى فراشك، right؟ هنا اهم هاي الشغله اريدكم دائما انتم تنتبهون عليها. التنسز بالتو كلوزز ما يصير واحد بالمضارع والثاني بالماضي والادهى يعني والامر ان هذاك اللي خليتوه بالمضارع هو اصلا صار قبل هذا اللي هو بالماضي. لان انا ممكن يا صح يا غالب انت اللي حكيت صحيح، لكن مو لازم شنو؟ لازم تعدل الزمن اللي موجود بالكلوز اللي ضفته. فغالب he said that I had dinner or I had my dinner before I went to bed. او ممكن شغل before I went to bed اشيل الدوت اشيل الفلسطين and add what? A comma, right? And then I said before I went to bed I had my dinner. Okay? بهالحالة شنو؟ This sentence it becomes what? It becomes a complex sentence.
صباح الخير ست.
Good morning, Ahmed. Hello. Ahmed, what are you doing here? You are within section A, not section A, no?
Section A or B?
This is B, Ahmed.
Okay, so I will leave now. I'm sorry for that. I apologize.
Yeah, you have a lecture now. You have to get that lecture.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry for that.
Okay. So now, also the second one, it is one of your misunderstanding writing. While he was walking. Now, within while he was walking, also it is not a sentence. يعني هسه واحد يقول لي ست ليش ما اقول انا بينما هو كان يمشي. Okay, what he was doing while he was walking. This is something specific to English language. لا تقارنوها بينها وبين اللغة العربية. يعني احنا ما عندنا باللغة الإنجليزية تبدي السنتنس blinking word اللي هي خاصة تشتغل ويا dependent clauses وما تكملها. So while he was walking, this is a fragment. It is a fragment. Just like this, it is a fragment. When you modify it, when you make it يعني adding an independent clause to it, so in this case it would be what? Acceptable sentence. Of course not a simple sentence. أيضا هنا ما راح تكون simple sentence، راح تكون شنو؟ Complex sentence. So while he was walking, if you want to modify it, what you are going to say?
Can I answer?
Yeah. Yes, okay. What's your name?
Fatma Mustafa.
Yes, Fatima.
We can answer, we can say, while he was walking, he watched his friend.
While he was walking?
He watched his friend.
He watched his friend or he met? Are you watching? Either يعني within watch تخليها شنو بالcontinuity أو شو تقولين while he was walking he met his friend.
Yeah.
Okay. لكن إذا كانت watching يكون بها استمرارية. When you watch someone you are يعني concentrate upon him, you are focusing upon him, you are doing it for a period of time, right? واحدة من سمات الواو إن تكون اثنيناتهم التو clauses could be what? In continuity, right? While between two clauses, both of them could be what? Continuous, okay?
Okay.
هو طول ما هو كان يمشي كان شنو؟ كان يراقب صاحبه أو يعني ما بينما هو كان يمشي he met his friend. Okay? Also in this case it could be what? Acceptable complex sentence. Now, where to find sentence fragments? Where we are going to find the sentence fragment? These are the places or these are the points that you have to pay attention to. Sentence fragments usually appear before or after an independent clause to which they belong. يعني ويا independent clauses. After independent clauses you may have dependent clause اللي هو راح يكون fragment. يعني مثل ما قلنا هنا when we get in the car we roll down the windows. Now which one of them is the dependent clause and which one is the dependent clause? Can you answer me? When we got in the car we roll down the windows. Which one of them is the dependent clause and which one is the dependent clause? طبعا هنا الاستثناءات مكتوبات بالكابيتال لتر ووجودهن هيجي غلط. right? وجودهم بهالطريقة غلط. ليش؟ لأن احنا عندنا بالأولى بها عندنا وين. والوين إذا أجت ويا الكلوز يعتبر هذا شنو نعتبره؟
can I answer?
Yes, Ali.
We consider it independent.
And when we get in the car, we're independent. Independent.
Can I answer?
Yes, Yahya.
When we got in the car is dependent clause because it doesn't have full thoughts. So we need to another sentence to complete.
طبعا by the way احنا مو need to another sentence. We need for another clause يا We
Yes.
don't need for يعني إذا أنت تقولي راح نحط sentence فوقها راح. So we need another clause. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
بهالحالة when we got in the car هو ال dependent clause.
Fragment.
Yeah, and we rolled down the windows. This is what? This is the independent clause.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. بعد أفهمكم شغلة. شوفوا من قلنا when we got in the car احتاجينا ايش نخلي كوما باعتبار احنا ما كملنا كلام. خلينا كوما وضفنا ال independent clause. لكن لو شلنا we rolled down the windows شلناها كلها خليناها قبل when we got in the car. مو لو خلينا when we rolled down the windows بالبداية when we got in the car بهالحالة ما راح نحتاج نخلي شنو؟ الكوما. right؟ ممكن نكتبها بطريقتين طبعا واكتبوا جوا عندكم بالأزرق. to correct this fragment, which fragment? When we got in the car, to correct it, you can either adding after it the dependent clause اللي هي we rolled down the windows and adding a comma before it, أو ممكن شي تكون we rolled down the windows when we got in the car without the comma in between. Now there is a note under that. There is a note. What is that note? That don't begin a simple sentence with a subordinate conjunction. شنو subordinate conjunction؟ هن ال because, ال while, ال when, ال before, ال after, ال as, ال if. كل هذا يعتبرن subordinate conjunction. Okay? Why? Because it will make it, which it, a simple sentence راح تخليها incomplete thought or a fragment. يعني هسه المثال اللي انطيناه الساعة لآمي studies monkey behavior بس خلينا قدامها because آمي studies monkey behavior شنو صارت هسه هنا؟ صارت fragment. اوكي صارت الكلمات صارت fragment and not a sentence. فعندنا أول شيء the first point اللي هي subordinators. If you found subordinators within the sentence, in this case, this is what it is a fragment, and these clauses are called either dependent clauses or subordinating clauses. Okay, and they appear at the beginning of the sentence. When they appear at the beginning of the sentence, they should be followed by a comma. Now, the first one of the fragments is what is the subordinators. To have subordinators within the sentence, so it is what? It is not a sentence, it is a fragment. The second thing is that fragment phrases. Fragment phrases. For example, the groups or the phrases which contain groups of words that are missing a subject or a verb, or both of them. So these phrases are what? Are not sentences. They are just like dependent clauses. For example, from morning until night. From morning until night. This is what? This is a phrase, and it is called. Do you know what is the name of this phrase? Any one of you? Do you know the name of this phrase? What do we call such a phrase? From morning till night.
Fragment.
Yes, Ali.
Fragment.
هي fragment. هي تسمى fragment. لكن هاي الفريز شو يسموها؟ سهاد ومحمد حسين. من رافع ايده؟ محمد حسين.
عفوا ما رافع ايدي.
ما رافع ايدك. يس سؤال. يس. I can't hear you well. I beg your pardon. اكتبيها بالشات والله. Period? Period? يعني what is it? Oh no, not period. From morning until night. It is a phrase. مو هي موجودة تحت عبارة phrase. وقلنا عندنا subordinator. إذا شفنا subordinators نعتبر هذه الجروب of words fragment. هاي وحدة. الشيء الثاني الفريزز. إذا شفنا الفريزز بوحدها، إذا شفنا الفريز بوحدها نعتبرها هاي fragment. بس احنا عندنا هاي الفريز اللي هي from morning until night. شو نسمي هذا الفريز؟ ما حد يعرف.
Adverbial.
Okay. No, not adverb. Adverb. Yes, Marwa.
Yes, a prepositional verb.
Good. A prepositional phrase.
Well,
a prepositional phrase. ليش؟ لأن بادية من كلمة from. And from it is a preposition. So it is what? هي adverb يعني prepositional phrase. Okay. Of time. Prepositional phrase of time. هو عبارة جار ومجرور إشارة للوقت. أوكي؟ لأن إحنا عندنا مثلا from London to من مكان لمكان. أوكي؟ So عندنا prepositional phrase of a place وعندنا prepositional phrase of time. فهذه تعتبر prepositional phrase of time. فما ممكن أنت يعني هسه هاي اعتبارها جار ومجرور. شلون أنت تسويها sentence؟ شلون راح تسويها sentence؟ إذا ضفت لها subject and a verb مثل ما موجود باللون الأزرق. ممكن تكون you can correct it by saying I worked from morning until night. So in this case, when you add a subject and a verb, it becomes what? Independent clause وصارت هنا simple sentence. Okay? Now, another example we have, for example, start after the weekend. Start after the weekend. This is also a fragment, okay? And it is called, what do we call this?
Phrase.
Okay, it is also phrase, yes.
Yes.
And it is, yes, and it is a verb phrase. And this is a verb phrase. Why? Because it is
it's beginning by the verb.
Good, because it is beginning with a verb, so it is called verb phrase. يعني انتوا عندكم اعتقد انتوا هسه بالcontemporary English grammar تشتغلون، ما ادري وصلتوا او لا، تشتغلون على تقسيم الجمله تقسم عندكم على اساس النون phrase والverb phrase. مو؟ ما وصلتوا او لا ما اعرف. فالجمله ممكن تقسم السنتنسز اكو اكثر من تقسيم للسنتنس. ممكن السنتنس تقسم subject و predicate. Subject on one side and predicate on the other side. وممكن الجملة تقسم على أساس الفريزز noun phrase and verb phrase. تحت الverb phrase راح يكون عندنا بما أنها اسمها verb phrase راح يكون عندنا الverb والcomplement. بعد الcomplement هنا شنو عندنا؟ prepositional phrase. ممكن تكون prepositional phrase ممكن تجي لا ممكن تكون بعد الverb عندنا أيضا noun phrase. يعني مثلا أنا أقول he worked لا مو he worked sorry he is writing a letter. He is writing a letter. هنا he راح تكون noun phrase متكونة من pronoun فقط و is writing a letter هذا شو نسميها؟ نسميها الverb phrase. اوكي متكونة من is writing as the verb and the letter another noun phrase. طبعا انتوا هاي كلها تاخذوها الحكي تاخذوه بالنحو بالجرامر. فهنا عندنا هاي الجمله نسميها verb phrase حتى to make it acceptable. هسه هنا أنا fragment. ليش؟ because it is not imperative. هي مو جمله امريه. هي مو جمله امريه حتى انا اعتبرها imperative sentence. هي هسه هنا fragment. حتى احسبها acceptable one I need to add what? I need to add a subject, right? Yes. So in this case we added classes حتى تكون acceptable. We add classes when we said classes start after the weekend. طبعا هسه هذه هنا اذا اريد اقسمها حسب ما عندكم بالنحو راح اقول لك classes هي noun phrase وهي متكونه من الناون اللي هو classes وstart after the weekend هذه الverb phrase متكونه من الverb اللي هي start والprepositional phrase اللي هي after the weekend. الprepositional phrase اللي هي after the weekend. اوكي؟ زين شنو فرق الافتر هذه عن الافتر اللي انا ممكن اقولها بجمله هذه الجمله؟ after I did my work I watched TV. After I did my work I watched TV. Yes, Fatma Aziz.
After what's the sentence?
After I did my work I watched TV.
This sentence it's in the past, but classes starts after the weekend refers to the future.
Future is the future. Tense, what meaning? Tense, it is a present symbol referring to the future.
Yeah.
التنس هو مضارع بسيط يدل على من؟
This sentence refers to future tense.
Yeah, it is a present symbol refers to the future. لا مو أنا جاي أحكي على الأفتر. جاي أحكي على.
Can I answer?
Yes.
In your sentence is the routine after in present simple.
يعني أنا من أقول لكم the classes start after what? I forget. Classes start after the weekend. من أقول لكم after I did my work I watched TV. يعني جاي أقول لكم أنا كلمة after شنو الفرق؟ شنو الفرق بين هذه after وهذه after؟ شاهد مصطفى.
In the one sentence is the simple sentence.
In the one sentence. In the first sentence.
In the first sentence is simple sentence. It's simple sentence, but the second is compound sentence.
Compound, complex.
Complex.
لا
Yes.
شنو الفرق بين after بالأولى وafter بالثانية؟
Can I answer?
Yes, here.
After in the first sentence is a preposition.
Yeah, هي first sentence.
After the weekend.
Yes.
And in the second sentence is a subordinator.
Good. That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
After I did my work, I watched TV. None after here subordinator. Subordinator. It is a subordinator. Why?
Yeah.
Because after it there is a subject and a verb and it is dependency clause. لكن classes start after the weekend. هنا هذه الافter بالبوزيشن. هذه بالبوزيشن الافter هنا. طبعا فرق كبير بين الشغلتين. هنا هاي صارت فيها اصلا simple sentence لكن بالاولى الديبندنت كلوز وراها الاندبندنت كلوز صارت كلها complex sentence. Now, number 3 finally here's an example of a missing verb. هنا صار عندنا what تكتبون شيء بدون فعل ودائما هذا يتكرر الطلاب. For example, some girls in the class. Some girls in the class. يجي اللغة العربية طبعا مؤثرة هنا الانتراكشن between الانجلش language and Arabic language. الإفكت of the mother tongue. ليش احنا عندنا نقول بعض الطالبات في الصف؟ مو نقول بعض الطالبات في الصف. ممكن نعتبرها جملة لكن باللغة الإنجليزية it is not a sentence. زين؟ فهنا عندنا some girls in the class ممكن تكون some girls are in the class. حطينا الار بالنص، او ممكن مثل ما قلت لكم اعتبرها هي كلها phrase، كلها noun phrase، وخليها وش اقول؟ some girls in the class study together. حطيت لها predicate، خليت لها كلها predicate، فغيرتها من الفراجمنت into what؟ into a simple sentence. Now we are going to have an exercise or a test, but before that we have something to mention about writing. It is not uncommon to write first draft quickly. And when you are writing your first draft in doing your writing, you should be careful and take your time. You may want to get all your ideas down before you forget it. Yes, you want to write down your ideas before you forget them, or you may be searching about some ideas related to your topic that you just write without regard for good grammar. But when you revise your work, when you write it for the second time, when you make a revision for your writing, it is very important to check and to see that each group of words beginning with a capital letter and ending with a period or other end mark, they should be what? These things that are started with a capital letter and end with a full stop or with a period, they should be a complete thought and not a fragment. They should be complete thought and not a fragment. Now, we have some examples here, and I want you to tell me whether they are a fragment or what, or a simple sentence or a complete sentence. The first one, the survivors of the earthquake showed great courage. Yes, what do you think this sentence? Is it a complete sentence or it is a fragment? Yes, Ghadir Ibrahim?
A simple sentence.
So it is a correct simple sentence. Why?
Because the sentence is from the main. Don't need over sentence.
Okay. Where is the subject and where is the predicate of the sentence?
Yeah.
Yes. Where is the subject and where is the predicate?
Subject, the service of the earthquake.
The survivors of the earthquake, right? The survivors.
Yeah. And there showed
great courage. Showed great courage. What?
Showed is verb.
The predicate. Okay. And the verb is showed, which is in the past simple. Now, the second one is Safa. Caused problems everywhere.
This is a fragment sentence because the verb is missing.
The verb?
Yeah, because we don't have a verb and causes problem everywhere.
Not
simple.
Caused problems everywhere. This is caused and not causes.
Sorry, caused.
Okay, so this is the verb and it needs a subject. Right?
Right, yes.
Okay, so it needs a subject. Number 3, every Sunday, their family went hiking. Every Sunday, their family went hiking. Is Abbas Khalid?
I think it's a simple sentence.
Yeah. How do you know that this is a simple sentence? Can you explain the words for me?
Yeah. Because there is a verb and a subject.
Okay, what is the subject?
Subject, their family.
Okay, what about every Sunday?
Every Sunday, it's the time, no?
Yeah, adverb of time, right? This is adverb of time, every Sunday. So you can't simply change its place to be at the end. For example, you may say, their family went hiking every Sunday, right? Their family, this is the subject, and went, this is the verb, and hiking, this is the complement, and every Sunday it is another verb of time. This sentence is but a simple sentence. Number 4, even the rain couldn't dampen their spirits. Yes? Who's going to answer this sentence?
Can I answer?
Yes, Muhammad.
The rain is the subject, and couldn't is the verb, so it's a simple sentence.
Couldn't is the verb. Do you feel that couldn't is the verb? Is it couldn't the main verb, ya Muhammad?
No, it's not a verb. I think it's auxiliary or...
Yeah, it's
auxiliary.
auxiliary. It's auxiliary verb referring to ability, right?
Yes.
You cannot put it as a verb by its own. It doesn't come by its own, right? يعني ما ممكن أقول just in one case. ممكن الكان تجي a main verb just in one case. Do you know it? Any one of you يعرفها هاي الكان اللي تجي ب one case؟ تجي هي الكان. Yes?
I don't.
You don't know? How come that you don't know? You didn't hear about this this thing? I can't can the can, but the can't can me.
Yes.
It can.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't can the can, but the can't can me. نان الكان تشتغل auxiliary، طبعا تشتغل noun، تشتغل auxiliary وتشتغل main verb, right? I can the can, but the can can't can me. نان الكان بس بهالحالة تشتغل اللي هي تعليق، تجي بمعنى تعليق أو تحتواء. هنا جت معنى، لكن بكل الحالات الفعل كان والكود هو auxiliary verb، خاصة الكود هي تجي لأن هي الباست فورم of can، فتجي كauxiliary verb. المين verb وين هو هنا يا محمد؟
Dampen, I think.
Yes.
What's dampen?
Yeah, what's dampen? You don't know what's dampen?
No.
Yes, to make something slightly wet, you know, to make it wet, slightly wet. Make something slightly wet. Yeah, and spirit, there's spirits.
There are spirits, so...
Spirit, their souls. Souls. Okay? So, even the rain couldn't dampen their spirits. Now, even the rain, this is the subject, couldn't dampen, this is the verb, and now it is a verb phrase because we have two words here, couldn't and dampen, and their spirits, this is the complement. And after all, this is a simple sentence, and it is a full idea, a full thought. Now, rode calmly and quietly in the back seat. Sorry.
Can I answer?
Yes. Who is it?
It's a fragment sentence.
Yeah. Why?
Because we don't have the verb.
We don't have verb.
Verb.
Yeah. What about road?
What?
What about the first word?
Road. It's a subject.
No. This is the past verb, the past type of ride. يركب. هذه الباص مالتها اللي هي ركبت أو ركبت. Okay, so هنا عندنا road هي اللي شنو هي؟ هي الverb. Yeah, calmly and quietly. هذه what are verbs, right? And in the back seat اللي هي تكون prepositional phrase. So what do we need here to add?
We need to subject.
Good. We need a subject. Like what? Can you suggest something?
Like Ali.
Okay. Or the passengers.
Rode
Okay. Ali or the passengers rode calmly and quietly in the back seat. Or children. Okay. Maybe children. يعني من اللي بصعوبة يكونوا calmly and quietly هم الchildren ما يقدرون عاقلين. Yes. Number 6. Since hundreds of firefighters fought the forest fires last summer. Since hundreds of firefighters fought the forest fires last summer. I مثل what? بطلت فيها a lot of the F sound. Yes? Since hundreds of firefighters fought the forest fires last summer. What do you think? Is it a sentence, a complete sentence, or it is what? A fragment? باقيين شو نايم بعدكم نايمين؟ صارت الساعة 9:30.
Yeah, answer.
No, يا فاطمة, thank you. I'm going to choose. كلها رافعة ايديها اللي رافعين ايديكم من قبل وساكتين. مروة قيس عباس زهراء عبد الكاظم. Yes, زهراء.
Yes, miss.
Yes. What do you think about sentence number 6?
Fragment.
Yes, it is what?
Fragment.
It is a fragment. Why?
Because it is not a whole thought.
Yeah. What is missed? How do you know that this is a fragment?
There is the sense.
Yeah, good. There is the word sense, which is regarded as what? Which is regarded? Yes. This is the word sense. It is a subordinator, and this fall كل هاي الكلمات شوفوها 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 ايش تعتبر؟ شنو نعتبرها dependent لو independent clause؟
Dependent clause.
Yes. Dependent clause. Good. Yes, dependent clause. So it needs an independent clause to make it what? To make it a full, complete thought. اللي راح تكون بالتالي تكون الجملة ليست جملة بسيطة وإنما تكون جملة معقدة. Okay? Yes. The thought escaped him. The thought escaped him. أدنمها حسن.
Yes, miss. The simple sentence.
It is a simple sentence. Where is the verb?
Because there is verb under subject.
Where's the verb? Where's the verb? The thought is the verb?
Him means he.
Okay, where's the verb? Where's the subject?
The subject out.
The subject is thought, yes.
And verb him means the he.
The verb. Where's the verb? Where is the verb?
Can I answer?
Yes.
Escape is the verb.
Escape is the verb, and him is the object. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Rose in the air like a bird. Rose in the air like a bird.
Answer?
Can I answer?
No, let me choose.
Can I answer next?
نايمين من اللي ما اشتغل أبدا. لؤي عباس. لؤي.
Can I answer, miss?
Yes, no, لؤي.
Yes,
لؤي.
can. Rose in the air like a bird.
Yes.
Fragment. There is a subject missing. Subject missing.
Subject missed. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
He rose in the air like a bird. Complete sentence.
He rose in the air like a bird. What about like?
Like means
like?
Something like a bird means
No. What's the
When
meaning of like? If you want to delete like and to add something instead of it, what do you are going to do?
Can I answer?
he rose in the air as a bird.
Good. As. So now like is just like as. هي ك تشبيه. Okay. It is not
Yes.
a verb. It is not a verb. Yes. Now we have although they played their very best. Although they played their very best. So
Can I answer, Miss?
Excuse me, Miss. I have a question.
yes, Suha.
Of the sentence number 8.
Within the sentence number 8. Yes, rose in the air like a bird. Yes.
I think the missing is not the subject, the verb. Because we can say that rose is the subject and there's a verb missing. So if we wanted to add a verb, we can say rose flies in the air like a bird.
يعني you mean that rose is Zahra? يعني rose is it a noun?
Yes.
No. Rose is the past symbol of the verb rise.
Okay, I thought that is the rose.
No. شوفوا هنا هي نفس السبيلنج مو صحيح؟ ولأن هي اجت بالكابيتال انتوا اعتبرتوها على بالكم هي شنو هي زهرة، لكن من خلال المعنى، من خلال الكونتنت، من خلال الايديا الموجودة هنا لازم تعرف ان rose هي past symbol of the verb rise and here it is a verb. يعني هو شنو هنا يعني نهض او ارتفع بالهواء كالطير. Right? So in this case it is not a noun. It is the verb in the past simple tense. Yes. Thank you for your question. Thank you. Yes, we were within whom? We were within although they played their very best.
May I answer, Miss?
What's your name, Mariam?
Sarah Ibrahim.
Sarah Ibrahim. You Suhair Ayad? Yeah. Let us see
No,
Suhair
I
Ayad.
didn't participate before.
Really? Really? Yeah, okay. Because you are always raising your hand. Okay, so okay, yes. Yes.
It is a complete sentence.
Although they play their very
best. Because we have
احكيها بالعربي بالله.
على الرغم من انهم لعبوا كانوا الافضل.
لا، على الرغم من انهم لعبوا بافضل ادائهم. على الرغم من انهم لعبوا، بس انا اجي قلت على الرغم من انهم لعبوا بافضل ادائهم حتى بالعربي. شو تقولي لي؟ شنو صار؟ يعني هم صحهم لعبوا زين، بس شنو اللي يعني شنو يعني تقولي لي كانما حتى لو هم سووا هذا الشيء او حتى لو هم سووا شنو اللي صار؟ وحتى باللغه العربيه عندنا فد شيء يعني صح ولا غلط؟
صح.
اي زين، يعني المفروض احنا عندنا هنا شنو for something else to be added. هو عندنا هناك شيء بعد لازم نضيفه.
May I answer?
Yes.
May I answer?
No, Abbas.
Yes.
Yes, Abbas. Yes, Abbas.
We can put there are very best.
I think it's a fragment.
It is a fragment. لو نريد نكملها شو نقول؟
Although they play their very best, they lose. Although they play their very best.
They lose. Do they what? يا عباس.
They win. Although
they lose
played,
the competition.
They lost.
They lost the competition.
بالماضي. They lost
yeah.
the competition. على الرغم من انهم لعبوا بافضل ادائهم، لكن هم شنو صار بيهم؟
They lose.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
بالماضي they lost, not they lose. They lose معناها هسه يخسروا، بس هو الفعل بي من بالماضي، فلازم تكمله بهذا من بالماضي، لان يعني هم خسروا على الرغم من انهم لعبوا بافضل ادائهم.
Like played, yes.
Yeah, because of there is played. Yeah.
So played is not the verb of the sentence.
هو البلايد هو verb of the sentence، لكن هذه كلها احنا شو نسميها؟ نسميها dependent clause، يعني عبارة غير مستقلة. ليش؟ شلون عرفناها عبارة غير مستقلة؟ من وجود الكلمة يا كلمة although اللي هي subordinator. although، وجود although، هاي although لاصقة بالكلوز، ما يقدر يشيلها من عنده. يعني لو قلت they are very best ما بدون although اللي هي ما موجودة although من الأول، المفروض احنا نعتبرها جملة صحيحة simple sentence إذا ما موجود although. أوكي؟ لكن بسبب وجود although هنا بالبداية خلت هذا الكلوز كله dependent clause. dependent يعني غير مستقل، يعني غير قائم بذاته، يعني ما يقدر يوقف كجملة ثابتة. فنحتاج ان احنا شو نضيف له؟ نحتاج ان احنا نضيف له كمعنى حتى تكمل الفكرة، نحتاج ان احنا نضيف له وات كلوز ثاني اللي هو نسميه احنا independent clause. شنو ضفنا له هسه؟ احنا ضفنا له كلمتين، بس هذول الكلمتين غيرنا الجملة كلها، خلينا من جملة غير قابلة يعني مو مقبولة، من جملة هي مو صحيحة إلى جملة صحيحة. قلنا بس although they played their very best، خلينا كوما بدل النقطة، وقلنا شنو؟ they lost the competition، أو بس they lost. ممكن أقول they lost وأسكت، يعني ما عندنا شنو منو اللي رافعة ايدها وما قامت لحد هسه؟ ام الفوضى وينك؟ هبه جاسم، وانا حتى جاي يقولوا لي اجاوب اقول لهم لا انا اختار. يعني شلون الفوضى؟ وين صار اذا هيك فوضى العدو؟ يلا يا هبه جاسم جاوبي لي اخر وحده. The mystery of space.
It's dependent clause.
Yes.
It don't have a verb or a subject.
We don't have a verb or subject. لكن the mystery of space what؟ شو نعتبرها هنا؟ It is a fragment or sentence. نعم؟ لا هبه انت مو هبه. Is it a fragment or sentence?
Fragment.
So if you want to make it, to modify it to be a sentence, what you are going to do?
I can add a verb.
Like? وأنا بالامتحان راح أجيب لكم
are wide.
Yes.
The mystery of the space are wide.
The mystery of space are
wide.
الآر ما جبتيها الآر؟
is.
شنو عندنا جمع وخليتي لها آر؟
I'm sorry. is wide.
أوكي. لا ما خليتي بس فعل، ايش خليتي؟
adjective.
فعل وراه شنو؟ adjective. Okay, so you need 2 words to make it what? A full complete sentence. Okay? Yes. So in the exam I would yes, Fatin, anyone? Okay, now any one of you
May I?
Yes, ask something. You want to ask something?
Miss, can I say?
Yes.
Can I say he mentioned to masterpiece?
He
mentioned to masterpiece.
To master. وين وديتيه؟
Oh, I change it. So I can't change anything.
No, you can't change anything as it is, but modify what is following and what is preceding. يعني you can create something after it or before it. Okay? So you cannot. Yes. Answer what?
May I answer?
Answer
to
what?
edit something.
Sentence.
We finished within the sentence. Which one?
The last one.
The mystery of space. ممكن one of your colleague said
Can I
that the middle of the space is white. Okay? Or what?
Can I say
بعد
the sun
yeah.
is the mystery of space.
لا yes هبة هبة لا أنت مو هبة منو أنت؟ جاي تحجين جوا.
سارة.
لا مو أنت. زهراء عبد الكاظم. يس زهراء.
Black hole is the mystery of space.
اوكي يعني خليت وقت خليتك بالبداية. يس فارس شنو اسمش فارس شنو؟
سارة.
يس سارة.
Can I say scientists have uncovered the mystery of space?
Yeah, okay, good. The scientists have
it is subject
haven't covered. المفروض ان انت ما تحطين للفعل uncover. الuncover مو تجي كل للفعل، تجي إلما تجي لي something else, you know. لكن إذا تبين تسويها نفي شو تقولين؟ Scientists haven't covered the mystery of space. Okay, هيكون more acceptable. More like semi-like native speakers. Okay? Yeah. Now, then after that, we have what? We have run-ons. Now, what is meant by run-ons? Now, you are something you are saying them in a hurry, you know, something you put a sentence after a sentence after a sentence without using the correct conjunction word or without putting an end for your sentence. وهاي دائما هم يسووها الطلاب. يجي يكتب جملة ويخلي كوما ويكتب الجملة الثانية ويخلي كوما ويكتب الجملة اللي بعدها. Yeah, just a minute. Just wait a minute. 2 or 3 minutes, no more than that. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yes, sorry for this. Now, we said that some of the students are writing sentences and they don't put a full stop after each one of them. They are writing them within what? With just like, you know, as I said, a chain or what? A train of words. Okay? And this is what is called run-ons. So, in this case, these things are considered as what? As a fragment. Also, it's called as a fragment. Now we have like this one. My favorite Mediterranean spread is humans, and it's very crackly. It's very crackly. So in this example, I have to use what? They should be what? In two separated sentences. And you can what? You can make it in the following ways. Some of you may write what حتى يسويها يعني بيناتهم what حتى يسوي بيناتهم مجال يعني إذا فكر يخلي بيناتهم السيمي كولن. And this is also wrong. ممكن انت تسويها بهالحاله، يا اما تقول يعني تقول my favorite Mediterranean وراها comma for it is very crackly, or you can what? You can say comma and then and it is very crackly. Okay? Also, or you can what? You can use this is our coordinating conjunction. The for والان they are called coordinating conjunction. أو ممكن أنت تشتغل على what؟ ممكن أنت تشتغل على subordinators، تغيرها بالsubordinators، تستخدم مثل ما مكتوب هنا because it is very crackly. Okay? Or what? Because تخليها بالبداية because it is so crackly my favorite وتكمل. لكن وجودها بالأحمر مثل هنا موجودة الفوق، هذه this is what? This is wrong. This is wrong. إنك تخليها كلها كلمة كأنما قطار من الكلمات أو تخلي بيناتهم السيمي كولن. This is wrong. Okay? You cannot simply add a comma between two sentences. أحيانا تخلون الكوما وهنا الكوما راح تكون شنو؟ تكون misused. Okay? بين الاثنين. يا أما تستخدمون قلنا يا أما تستخدمون السبوردينيتور أو تستخدمون الكوردينيتور. نعم عندنا راح نشتغل على الرن اونز. شلون الرن اونز شلون نسويها؟ As you can see fixing run ons is pretty easy once you see them. يعني if you recognize them you can fix them. But how do you find out if a sentence is a run off if you aren't sure? ايش راح نسوي حتى نعرف هاي الجملة هل هي run on أو it is acceptable one؟ راح نسوي عليها two tests. For example, you are going to make it turn your sentences into yes/no questions, or you are going to make them what? A tag question. تعرفون شنو التاج questions؟ اللي هي تكون ورا السنتنس تخلون كوما وتبدون بالverb. إذا كانت الجملة مثبتة تخلون الverb بالنيجاتيف، أو إذا كانت الجملة منفية تخلون الverb بالبوزيتيف. نعم في الجملة الأولى هنا عندنا اللي رجعنا عليها الأولانية اللي احنا استخدمناها my favorite Mediterranean spread is hummus. It is very crackly. Now if I want to make it a yes no question بالعادة إذا اجينا احنا راح نخلي الverb الأول اللي هو is نخليه بالبداية. راح نقول is my favorite Mediterranean spread hummus. مو الحالة الإز الثانية أيضا راح نحتاج إن احنا نستخدمها، فراح نخلي question mark، راح نقول is it very crackly. بهالحالة راح تكون صحيحة. شو تبين عندنا؟ تبين عندنا هنا two parts. بين هنا عندنا two parts، فصارت لازم أنا أعدلها في الجملة الفوق. yes. بعد لحد هسه احنا جو جماعة الألف. ليش دخلتوا يا جماعة الألف؟ لكن من نقولها is my favorite Mediterranean spread hummus is it very crackly صارت هنا مو مقبولة. هاي الجملة غير مقبولة unacceptable. يعني عندي is هنا وعندي is هنا، فراح أعرف إن هذه الهول كلها هذه الجملة كلها هذه run ons وغلط. لازم أنا أقسمها أسويها أحددها وين الجملة الأولى وين أقطعها وين تبدي الجملة الثانية. اوكي الصحيح من عندها ايش راح يكون؟ راح يكون ان انا او اذا اريد اشتغل بالتاج كويستشنز شنو اقول؟ راح اقول my favorite Mediterranean spread is hummus isn't it. السكند بارت راح يكون it is very crackly isn't it. من اسويها بهالطريقه هم راح اكتشف ان انا عندي جزئين، لازم كل جزء من عنده يكون قائم بحد ذاته. فكتابتي الفوق غلط، لأن إذا اشتغلتها على الموجود فوق راح أقول my favorite Mediterranean spread is hummus it is very crackly isn't it. هاي isn't it element للإز الأولى وللإز الثانية. هنا صار عندي what بينت إن أنا عندي هاي النوع من الكتابة هي run ons. هي run owns type. اوكي زين. هسه يجيني واحد يقول لي ست، راح نرجع على اللي لسه احنا اشتغلناهم فوق، اللي قبل لا نحكي على runs own، قبل لا نحكي على run owns او run owns. اذا عندي جمله مثل where is it اللي هي وين الساعه اشتغلنا عليها، اذا رجعنا الى جمله اللي مكتوبه في بيج نمبر 2، رجعوا لي الى بيج نمبر 2 للجمله اللي هي we rolled down the windows when we got in the car. هذه الجمله احنا قلنا هذه صحيحه مو صحيح، عدلناها، خلينا الوين بالنص وعدلناها. هذه الجمله اذا اريد اشيك وياها باليس نو كويستشنز او التاج كويستشنز، شو راح اسويها؟ واحد من عندكم يعرف؟ حتى اعرف ان هذه الجمله هل هي run owns او هي accepted sentence. شلون راح اسوي التشيك هنا؟ We rolled down the windows when we got in the car. اذا اريد اسويها سؤال، شلون راح اعرف اسويها سؤال؟ شلون اسويها سؤال؟ طبعا من تسويها سؤال راح يبين عندكم منو هو الاندبندنت كلوز ومنو هو الديبندنت كلوز. تسويها سؤال هاي الجمله راح تعرفون من خلالها منو من عندهم هو الاندبندنت كلوز ومنو الديبندنت كلوز. طلعت لكم اياها وهاي راح اظلل لكم اياها. This sentence, if I want to make it a question, how am I going to make it? خلنا اشوف منو اللي رافع ايده. ما اريد لا سهاد ولا فاطمه، مو انت فاطمه ولا علي. فاطمه ريسان اشتغلتي قبل ماما؟ فاطمه ريسان إذا بدي أسوي هاي الجملة question، شو راح أسويها question؟ محمد عبد الزهرة؟ محمد عبد الزهرة؟
Yes, miss.
Yeah. If I want to make this sentence as a question one, what you are going to do?
WH question.
لا ما يقدر question. أريدها yes no question.
I don't know.
Can I answer?
Really?
Can I answer?
انتم من تسوون هاي الشغلات راح تعرفون وين الديبندنت كلوز وين الاندبندنت كلوز. شلون يعني؟ بس نعطيني مجال شويه. من تشتغل على الكلوز اللي تسوي به السؤال، هو هذا الكلوز اللي راح يكون اندبندنت. تعرف ان هذا الكلوز هو الاندبندنت. الكلوز الثاني هو الديبندنت كلوز اللي كان نوت ستاند الون، اللي هو فراجمنت بالحقيقه. اوكي؟ بس هنا اعتبرناه مقبول لانه هو صار جزء من سنتنس. هسه منو عندنا؟ طف محمد احمد. يس طف.
Yes, miss.
Yeah. I want you to make this a question sentence by using yes no questions.
ست بس بدون زحمة واخر التضليل لأن طلع نفس اللون فما جاي أقدر أقراها.
Okay.
We rolled down the ست ما واضحة عندي.
We rolled down the windows. We rolled down the windows when we got in the car. We rolled down the windows when we got in the car. يعني احنا ننزل الشبابيش بنصعد بالسيارة.
You won't make this sentence a question?
Yeah, I want from you to make it a question by using yes no questions type. Okay, thank you. هبة الله. No, هبة الله.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss. Yes.
Did we roll down the windows
Good.
when we got in the car?
Very good. Did we roll? Did you؟ لأن أنت هنا ما تقدرين اليوم تسوين روحك، أنت تسوين روحك ما تعرفين تسوين هذا الشيء أو لا. طبعا هاي وحدة من الشغلات اللي لازم تنتبهوا لها، إحنا لأن عندنا وي لازم أنت تسوي addressing، يعني واحد ثاني يسألك، فراح تقول Did you roll down the window when you got in the car؟ بهالحالة راح تكون هذه yes no questions. Okay?
Sorry, miss.
Yes.
We can say, are we rolled down the window?
Up. How could you make it are we? How could you use are وانت عندك جملة في زمن الماضي البسيط والفعل حركة والرول شلون تنفيها؟ انت لو تريد تنفيها بما راح تنفيها؟ فيها شلون؟ يلا فيها أول مرة وبعدين سوي استفهام.
roll not. أحذف الإيدي ست. أحذف الإيدي وأحذف not.
يعني أنا لو عندي we played in the garden، أنا لو عندي يا علي we played in the garden أقول we played not.
Sorry, use do and does.
No. زين ماضي.
did.
ما صبرت، ما قدرت تصبر بعد.
هو احنا راح نستخدم الدو والداز وهنا الدو راح نحولها لا دد بالماضي.
اي زين، إذا أنت جتني كذا شو راح تنفيها؟ فيها يا علي.
We did we roll down.
أنا أريد نفي ما أريد سؤال علي، أريد نفي ما أريد سؤال.
We didn't roll.
بعد ماكو roll، بعد roll.
اوكي.
اي ايش راح تصير؟ we didn't roll down the windows، مو هاي بالنفي. زين بالسؤال نفس الفيلم، بالسؤال خلي الدد قدام وما يصير تستخدم are. واحنا قلنا رجعنا مرة ثانية السمبل باس والسمبل بريزنت مو one are. These are the two most completed tenses in English. على الرغم من انهم اسمهم simple لكن انتم ما تعرفوا يمتى تستخدمون الاس والار والار كاوكسيلياري، يمتى تستخدمون كمين فيرب، وتعتبرون انتم ما تريدون تستخدمون الاوكسيلياري بكيفكم، امشيوا انتم ما تريدون تستخدمون هن نيجاتيف تجيبون نيجاتيف او تجيبون تسوون الكويستشن. لا، افعال الحركه لازم الدد بالماضي والدو والدز بالمضارع. هاي شغله لازم تتدبر. واذا
Sorry, miss, I have a question.
Yes, Abbas.
So can we turn it to a question like, we roll down the windows when we got in the car, don't we? And put a question mark in the end.
بالتاج questions مو صحيح؟
Yeah, to say the whole sentence and put don't we at the end.
Abbas, يصير تقول don't we?
I think so.
واحنا عندنا ماضي.
In this sentence we can't say.
So we say didn't we?
Yes, didn't we. Okay. Didn't we? Okay. لكن يعني ليش؟ لأن أنا tag question. أنت جاي تسألنا، أنت جاي تسأل يعني. أوكي؟ بنقول didn't we. هي هاي صارت هنا السؤال جزء من المتكلم، يعني هو شنو tag question؟ tag question شو فرق على ال yes no questions أو ال WH questions؟ ال WH questions someone else asking you. لكن التاج questions you are asking. اثنيناتهم الجزئين، الجزء الأول والجزء الثاني من اللي يحكيهن the same one، مو صحيح؟ فهنا راح تقول didn't we، ممكن تستخدم didn't we. أوكي؟
Okay, that's clear.
لكن باليس no questions ما تقدر تقول did we، لازم تقول did you. يعني أنت ما تسأل نفسك ما تعرف أنت شو تسوي تصعد بالسيارة، تعرف أنت شو تسوي تصعد بالسيارة. Right?
لا بس إذا تسأل مثلا أنت وياك مجموعة تقول we roll down the windows، سديتوا شو اسمه إنه بعدين تتساءل تقول don't we؟
هاي شنو؟ هاي شو رجعت سويتها tag question، سويتها tag question، مو yes no questions. أنت نفسك أنت حكيت وأنت سألت، صح عباس مو صحيح؟
صحيح.
اي فهاي شو يسموها هاي النوع من الاسئله؟ يسموها tag question.
Okay.
مو yes no questions. تختلف. اليس نو كويستشنز شخص اخر يسالك، انت تنطي جمله ويجيك واحد ثاني يسالك، هذا الواحد مو وياكم اوت اوف ذا جروب، فتحول اليو الى وي، العفو الوي الى يو. اوكي.
alright.
ممكن تعيدين تانك كويستشن شوي ما واضحه؟
ذاك كويستشنز ما واضحه بيما، بس بالشرح لو بالهسه بدنا نشتغل على هاي الجمله.
قاصد بالشرح.
اوكي. بالشغل هنا عندنا احنا نفس هذا المثال اللي احنا حطيناه بالبدايه، اللي هو run on sentence، اذا ممكن نسميها، هي مو sentence هي fragment. يعني شوفوها بالبدايه، هاي راح نظل لكم اياها، هي مجموعه من الكلمات واحده ورا الثانيه، حتى اثبت ان هذه المجموعه من الكلمات they are accepted or not, whether they are one sentence or more than one sentence. عندي اكثر من طريقه، يا اما اسويها طبعا، يا اما بالبدايه اشتغل على الكوما بها، فراح شو اسوي؟ راح اشتغل على الكوردينيتر والسبوردينيتر حتى اربط بين الاثنين، وهاي الجمله تشتغل بها السبوردينيتر والكوردينيتر. اكو بهن جمل ما يشتغلن بيهن، يعني اكو احيانا تكتبون جمله ورا جمله وكل وحده بيها معنى بحد ذاته، قائم بحد ذاته، وتنسون تخلون نقطه وتخلون فيل ستوب، او تبدون الجمله الثانيه بكابيتال لتر، تبدوها تكون بعدها بسمول لتر.
العفو ست، اذا استخدمنا الكوردينيتر بعد ماكو حاجه نستخدم الكوما؟
حسب لا شلون؟ وانت هنا عندك الفور قبلها تجي كوما، والان قبلها تجي كوما.
حتى لا الكوردينيتر ست؟
اذا حطينا هذا الكوردينيتر باوع عندنا my favorite Mediterranean spread is used comma for it is very crackly comma for it is very crackly.
اوكي.
كانما صار هذا يعني فريز ثاني حطيناه. او شنو قلنا؟ my favorite Mediterranean spread is hummus and it is very crackly. ايضا قبل الان شنو خلينا؟ خلينا الكوما، لكن ما نقدر نخلي السيمي كولن، مو الكوما، السيمي كولن ما نقدر نخلي السيمي كولن ويكون اثنيناتهم جمله، غلط. ما تقدر تخلي السيمي كولن ويكونن جمله. اوكي؟ عندنا هنا اول شيء استخدمناها سويناها سبوردينيتر، مثلا استخدمنا because it is so crackly my favorite Mediterranean spread is used. هاي وحده من الطرق. الطريقة الثانية حتى تعرف ان هذا الشيء، حتى انت كتبتها وخليت كوما بيناتهن، شلون راح تعرف هذه صحيحة لو لا؟ ممكن تشتغل على yes no questions، ممكن تشتغل على التاج questions. هاي التست try these two tests. إذا اجينا ردنا نسوي للأولى التست الأول، لازم شنو أسوي؟ عندي مثلا هنا عندي من اجي اخليها للتست، من اللي راح ابدي باليس نو كويستشنز؟ الاز الاولى اخليها لو الثانيه. اذا اشتغلت بس على الثانيه فقدت الاولى، اذا اشتغلت بس على الاولى فقدت الثانيه. زين؟ بهالحاله راح يبين ان انا لازم اشتغل على الاز اثنيناتهم، الاولى والثانيه. من اشتغلت عليهم اثنيناتهم عرفت ان هذول اثنيناتهم تو سنتنسز، جملتين مو جمله واحده، إذا لازم أعالجها. أوكي؟
يعني إذا سويت questions وقدرت أجاوبهن يعني two sentence.
يس. أوكي. إذا خليت question سويتها يعني هسه أنا هاي الجملة هاي اللي عندي هسه، هاي راح أظلل لكم إياها. إذا قلت لكم سووا لي إياها yes no questions، إيش راح تسووا؟
Is my favorite Mediterranean spread is humans.
لا بعد ماكو إس خليتها لي قدام الإس.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And is very crackly.
And is it very crackly?
Is it very crackly? Yes.
اثنين الإس خليتهم لي قدام. أنت بالسؤال لازم فعل واحد بس تخليه لي قدام. أنت بالسؤال بالرتن خاصة بالرتن لازم بس فعل واحد تخليه لي قدام حتى يكون yes no questions. فانت ياهم يعتبر راح تاخذ الاز الاولى لو الاز الثانيه. بهالحاله راح تضطر انت شو تسوي هنا؟ راح تخلي نقطه حتى ايش تعتبرها؟ تعتبر هاي جملة، تعتبر الثانية شنو؟ جملة. صحيح؟
صح.
اي فعرفت ان انا حليت هذا الاشكال اللي عندك. هاي الحالة الأولى. أو إذا قلت لك هسه أنا هاي نفس الجملة اللي راح أظللها سوي لي إياها تاج كويستشن. الحالة الأولى إنك تسويها يس نو كويستشنز، والحالة الثانية إنك تسويها تاج كويستشنز. زين؟ فسوي لي إياها تاج كويستشن، إياها من عندهم راح تشتغل عليه.
بس قلت لك شوي تاج كويستشن شوي ما واضح عندي.
نفس الشيء راح تقول my favorite Mediterranean spread is humus. It is very quickly. Is it زين هاي is it راح ترجع على اليمن على الأولى وعلى very quickly. راح تكون مختار. في الحالة راح تحتاج تسويها مرتين. راح شو تقول؟ my favorite Mediterranean spread is humus. Okay. Isn't it? It is very quickly. Isn't it? مو صارت اثنين. راح تحتاج انك ايضا راح تحتاج انك تفصلها. راح تحتاج انك تقول my favorite Mediterranean spread is humus. Isn't it? وتخلي علامة سؤال. وترجع مرة ثانية تقول it is very quickly. Isn't it? وتخلي علامة سؤال. حتى شو يصير عندك؟ حتى يصير عندك اثنينهم separated مفصولات. واضح هسه؟
اوكي ست.
يعني انتم هسه حاولوا تسووها باي شيء ثاني وراح تشوفون يعني اللي يجي عليه. Yes.
In this word, we rolled down the window when we go in the car. Can I say? Can I ask by WH? I want to change your verb like that. What happened we go in the car? The answer will be we rolled down the windows.
What happened?
What happened? What happened when you got in the car?
ايه بهالحالة شنو؟ شلتي الاندبندنت كلوز كله، تريدين تسألين على الاندبندنت كلوز كله شلتي. زين؟ مو صحيح؟ What happened when you got in the car? Right? فشلتي الاندبندنت كلوز كله شلتي. سألتي what happened؟ مثل ما أنا قلت لك they are fighting أو there is a car crash. تجي تقولين what happened؟ مو؟ شلتي كله، سألتي عن السؤال كله، تقولين what happened. صح؟ انت الاندبندنت كلوز شلتيه كله. الاندبندنت كلوز شلتيه كله وخليتي what happened. وهي هاي الوات happened عوضا على الاندبندنت كلوز. قلتي what happened when we got in the car. تمام؟ يا اوكي؟ فتصير صحيحة. شلتيها كلها انت يعني ما سويتي WH بوزيتيف.
بهذه الحالة هي صحيحة لو ما يصير أكون فعل جديد.
بعد هو happened what happened هو happened فعل.
What?
happened. الhappened هي الفعل. تبع شو تبي؟
يعني قصدي
وجملة صحيحة. What happened when you got in the car؟ جملة صحيحة.
يعني مو شرط إلا تقيد بالفعل الأصلي.
شلون؟
يعني مو شرط إلا تقيد بالفعل الأصلي وأخلي بس الزؤارة، أقدر أستعمل WH.
تماما. ليش ما تقيدتي بالفعل الأصلي؟ لأن أنت شلتي كل شيء وكلاجي. شلتي الفاعل وشلتي الفعل وشلتي التكملة كلها شلتيها. بعد بهالحالة سويتي هذا مو صحيح؟ أنا أوكي ممكن أنتم تشتغلون عليه أي عادي. لكن إذا بدين تسألين ومثلا تقولين we roll down the window، استخدمي لي شيلي بس الويندوز. شلون راح تسوي السؤال؟
Did you roll down؟
لا شلون did you؟
لا
تشيلين بس الويندوز.
لا do you wrote down
شنو؟
ما أقدر أستعمل، يعني ما أقدر أتوقف هنا، لازم أكمل بويندوز.
إذا غلط، تصيغتك السؤال غلط.
Yes.
إذا أنت تشيلين the windows لازم تجيبين WH question word. راح تقولين what did you roll down? What did you roll down when you got in the car? هذا شنو؟
Yes.
What did you شنو اللي تنزله من تصعدون بالسيارة؟ What did you roll down when you got in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
الأنسر راح يكون عن الويندوز.
راح يكون السؤال عن الويندوز.
زين، يعني لو طريقة السؤال اللي سألت بيها راح يكون الجواب we wrote down the window، يعني أنا جالسة ماذا حدث أجاوب شنو صار، يعني هذه هم صحيحة.
إيه بتقولين what happened ماذا حدث when we got in the car. شو يقول لك؟ we rolled down the window when we got in the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
welcome. عندكم هسه وديت لكم الفورمة مالت الاتندنت من 10:10 راح أسته. And that's all for today. Thank you very much for your coming. The rest of the lecture عندكم راح تلقون أمثلة على الكومباوند والكومبلكس sentences، ووراها تلقون عندكم جمل، يعني نحاول جمل. أريد من عندكم تشوفوا لي طبعا كل هذه الجمل اللي جوا كلها هي simple sentences، بس احنا عندنا احيانا عندنا duplicate subject، واحيانا عندنا duplicate verb، يعني عندنا 2 subject واحيانا عندنا 2 verbs، بس بالتوتال راح نعتبرهم كلهم، يعني كلها هاي نعتبرها simple sentence، مو compound ولا complex. يعني مثلا عندنا copper and iron have many uses. النحاس والحديد لديهما استعمالات عديدة. يعني أنا ممكن إذا أنا أريد أقول copper has many uses and iron has many uses. هنا شو صارت compound sentence، بس أنا ما أريد compound sentence، أنا أريد simple sentence، فأقول copper and iron have many uses. أوكي، بهالحالة هي simple sentence. الباقيات كلهم نفس الشيء. عندنا مثلا apples and pears grow on trees. التفاح والإجاز تنمو على الأشجار، فممكن أنا أقول التفاح تنمو على الأشجار والإجاز ينمو على الأشجار، أو أقول بيناتهم duplicate subject. أوكي. Workers pick apples and package them for sale. العمال يقطعون التفاح، يلتقطون التفاح أو يقطفون التفاح and package them for sale and package them and they package them. بس إن أنا ما حطيت السبجكت، اعتبرتها كلها جملة واحدة لأنها كلها تتشارك بنفس السبجكت. يا ريت لكم هذا الشغل لكم تقدرون تشتغلون، وإذا عندكم أي سؤال بخصوص هذه الجمل ممكن تسألوني المحاضرة الجاية وأجاوبكم. بس أيضا عندكم تطلعون السبجكتس والverbs أوكي الموجودة بهاي الجمل، وكل هذه الجمل تعتبر شنو نعتبرها simple sentences. عندنا يا اما compound sentence يا اما عندنا compound predicate او اثنيناتهم، احيانا اثنيناتهم، يعني بنفس الجمله عندنا double sentence وعندنا double predicate. Okay, and that's all for today. Thank you very much for your coming.
ستي تسجيل الحضور محسوب
طبعا.
انا وديت لكم اياه اي المحاضرة السابقة الأسبوع الفات أنا حضرت المحاضرة ونصها وفصل النت، بعدين يعني لما دزيت التسجيل الحضور الرابط وخلص الوقت وأنا ما مسجلة، يعني بهاي الحالة ما اعتبرت أصلا حاضرة المحاضرة. يعني شلون هاي المشكلة مال فصل النت أو كهرباء أو أي شيء يعني تصير، يعني يفوتنا التسجيل.
أسألكم هنا أنا أقول بأسماءكم، أعرفكم وأحكي بأسماءكم. أنا عندي التسجيل موجود مع المحاضرة.
المحاضرة السابقة يعني ما لحقتها.
يعني هسه انت ليش ما سجلتي من هسه؟
لا هسه سجلت، بس قصدي الأسبوع اللي فات من دزيتي بعد المحاضرة أصلا نص المحاضرة أنا فاتتني لأن فصل النت، ورابط التسجيل فاتني وما سجلت.
انا خليتها تقريبا ربع ساعه ولا ما خلصت. ليس مو مشكله، انت اسمك موجود ودائما انا احكي اسمك في المحاضرات. هسه جاي نسجل احنا هذا الحكي كله، بعدين انا من هذا اصفيها ان شاء الله.
ايه يعني هاي مشكلة الكل، شلون يعني اذا فصل النت او شيء واحنا حاضرين اصلا المحاضرة؟
يعني انا نزلت لكم الرابط بعد ربع ساعه الله راح اشيله. من هسه سجلوا، ليش تظلون واقفين؟
هسه سجلت المحاضرة اللي فاتت ما سجلت.
ليش اقول لكم من اقول باسمائكم جاوبوني؟ يعني جاوبوني حتى لو ما تعرفون، قولوا ما اعرف، على الاقل انتم موجودين. مو انا اسال من اسال كلها تشرد، كلها left the lecture, left the meeting, left the meeting، شردوا وهنا من خلصت رجعت.
اي ست هسه انا احكي بالنسبة لنفسي، يعني المحاضرة السابقة نصها فاتتني، يعني حتى ما استفادت منها. بهاي الحالة شلون يعني المحاضرة تفوتنا، رابط التسجيل يفوتنا؟
محاضرة نزلت لكم اياها، انا مو نزلت لكم هسه المحاضرة؟
ست يا ريت المحاضرة لو حتى لو تسجيل يعني حتى نقدر نشوفها إذا ما لحقنا على المحاضرة.
يعني تردون أنا أسوي محاضرة وأشرح المحاضرة وأوديكم تسجيل المحاضرة.
ست هسه أكو بعض المواد يسوون تسجيل، يعني مسجلينه قبل المحاضرة وبعدين تلقى، حتى ما تلحق مثلا على الشرح أو المحاضرة يفصل النت بعدين نشوفها.
مو مشكلة، هم أحاول، بس هذا دلال، يعني دلال بدلال
كنت يعني لا ست إذا ممكن، لأن أنا يعني النت دائما يفصل عندي وأنا أحضر محاضرات وما أفوت وحدة، يعني شو مشكلة هاي؟
مو مشكلة إن شاء الله.
شكرا.
هاي المحاضرة أسوي لكم لها تسجيل وأنزل لكم إياها.
شكرا جزيلا ست، شكرا جزيلا، أشكرك.
Miss, today are we finished the run subject?
run on. إيه خلصنا، يعني مو شنو run on؟ هو our subject. Yes, we finished our lecture today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm going to leave now. Sorry for all of you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.